White People Won't Save You. I am Cameron.
And I'm Jordan.
We are here to talk about a crazy movie today, a movie that you all love.
The perfect movie, some people might say.
Some might say. I just want to tell you a little bit about what we do here.
Are you telling me about it?
Jordan wants to tell you what we like to do here.
Oh, okay. I will tell you about it. So we started the show about 3 or 4 years ago now, pandemic times. Basically looking around and seeing all of the white savior films that were coming out. I mean, Green Book had come out recently. What was the other one? That was was right after.
Right after Green Book on stage.
There's been a bunch, but we couldn't help but notice that A, there was nobody talking about these movies, and B, the fact that they were so prestigious, made so much money, made so many awards, and decided that somebody should investigate why this is a thing that keeps happening over and over and over again. And we've seen some crazy ass movies.
I've seen things I never thought I would see in my life as a result of this podcast. I've seen people.
You've seen Harry Belafonte have to look directly into the eyes of John Travolta as he does a black scent to his face. I've seen. Well, we're going to show you actually some stuff. I was about to say, we're going to show you some clips. Let me go get a piece of paper really quickly. Oh my gosh. But we also have a very special guest that we would like to introduce.
We also have a very special guest who we'd like to introduce. Our friend from the Uike Horror Podcast, a podcast devoted to talking about Latino horror films. Give it up for Eileen Clark.
Hi guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello everyone.
Let's get into it. Yes.
Oh my God, the money!
Yes. Okay, so let's get to it, I guess. Should we get the other clicker? We got the clicker. I got the clicker.
Do I have the clicker?
I have the clicker. And lasers.
Look, that's the name of my podcast.
Yeah. Talk a little about your podcast.
Sure. As I adjust this micrófono, as you would say en español, which is what my podcast isn't totally in Spanish, but I got it. Thank you so much. Hello, my name's Eileen Clark. I'm the co-host of Uy Que Horror, a Latinx horror movie podcast. My other co-host, Johnny Atkinson, is not here because he lives in Washington, D.C. and has to perform at Ford's Theater, whatever. We get it. You're famous. So
was the president that got shot there.
Exactly, he was. My podcast is basically, we focus on Latinx horror films, and if it's directed by, starring in the country of any Latin American place, we watch it and talk about it. Just like you fellas, we have seen some crazy shit. A lot of white savior stuff in ours also.
Yeah,
unfortunately, what are you going to do? The Europeans did come over to us and said, disease, also gold. So,
seems to be a trend. They did that.
Yeah, right?
I think
places. Everywhere.
Everywhere else.
Cool.
But you also love Tubi, like we do, which is...
Tubi provides.
Tubi is...
No free ads, but Tubi provides.
Yeah. Thank you, Tubi. I pledge allegiance to Tubi, which has basically every single film you've ever imagined.
Tubi operates like Netflix wanted to.
Yes.
Netflix was like, we got the movies, and then it's like, I don't know, Green Book.
Yeah.
But like Tubi is like the unlocked jail phone of like.
Absolutely, 1,000%. Absolutely.
Well, Cameron, let's get into a little bit of the history of these white savior films. Oh.
Yeah, we got some music going.
Jam.
Oh, shout out, Jordan's sister made the music, by the way.
Hey, we love a sister that supports.
Yeah. All right, so what is a white savior film?
Tell us.
Yeah, so sociologist Matthew Huey, in his book, The White Savior Film, Content, Critics, and Consumption, defines the white savior as a cinematic trope in which the white central character rescues non-white, often less prominent, characters from unfortunate circumstances, otherwise known as minding their fucking business.
Truly.
White savior films can be used as a tool of cinema, as we've been told, as we are here to explain, and mass communications to present abstract concepts such as morality, intelligence, and hope as characteristics innate racially and culturally to white people and not found in non-white people. Wild shit.
Crazy.
Crazy. People, unfortunately, love this shit, though.
Hell yeah.
God, they really
As
do.
they keep making them.
They
Haven't
really
stopped.
do.
The Academy Awards have the movies that we've covered, or at least are on our list, have garnered a total of 169 nominations and 55 wins.
Dang.
That's more wins than anybody in this room.
How dare you?
It was a shot to me just as much as everybody else. All right, it's called self-deprecating humor. So we got La La Land here, the one about white jazz. Y'all know about that one.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We just covered that on the podcast.
We did. I still don't like it.
You don't like the dancing and the singing?
No.
Yeah.
You don't like John Legend being like, "Thank you, white dude. I do know jazz now."
Well, John Legend was like, bro, you broke.
Yeah.
Like, don't you want a job? And
Come
he
get
was
this
like,
money, dog.
but the
And
music,
Ryan
the
Gosling
sanctity of
said,
the music.
"No, I want to be lit in blue light and feel so sexually attracted to Emma Stone."
Ryan Gosling said, "I'm an authentic jazz man. Thank you."
Yes.
And we got the biggest offender here. Is the 3-hour epic Dances with Wolves.
And he's not done.
He's not. Your boy is not done.
He's spinning the block on that whole thing again. He's like, did you like it the first time where I bathed for 3 hours?
Like, I cleaned his house for a full hour of that movie. I'm dead serious. Watch Dances with Wolves. He cleans his house for a full 45 minutes of that movie.
Bless. Honestly, some of us need it.
Well, it got 12 nominations, so that house is spick and span. Don't go see Horizon. The Golden Globe Awards. The Golden Globe Awards have also nominated movies like this 114 times and 39 wins as well. Yeah, it don't stop. It don't stop. You want to see it again? I can't see it. We can't see it again.
There you go.
It's
Wait.
me.
Okay, don't. First time with the clicker, guys. First time with the clicker.
You better
We're
get to
learning
clicking.
as we
We're
go.
learning. We're learning.
Yeah.
It's me too.
Well, yeah, I think next slide we're going to get into some of the movies that we've seen throughout our time, specifically the ones that I think people know about the most.
Yeah, we got some examples for you.
Yes.
We got Glory here.
Yeah.
We all know
Single
tier.
the tier, right there, right
Singular.
Classic.
there.
I
We
mean,
got.
he's so good in it, though.
He is so good in it.
He's so good in it.
And actually saw a lot of.
Unfortunately, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
can I? I think we might have it.
Go for it. Go for it.
I didn't put it on.
You
here.
didn't put Black Acting School.
Yeah, I'll play another one.
Black Acting School from Hollywood Shuffle.
Of course.
We got The Last Samurai here. Tom Cruise is
tough.
not The Last Samurai. I don't know if you've seen that movie. He is not. It's this guy. Ken Watanabe. He's actually The Last Samurai in said movie.
I mean, what an actor.
We got Green Book. Skirt.
Yeah.
I should have put the little sound effect in there, maybe.
You should have put Vigo saying, "Why can't I say nigga?" What's wrong with that?
You know,
to Mahershala
I love. That's a clip. That's an actual real clip. It's not a joke. There's a clip of him saying, "Damn, like why couldn't I get that popping?"
And Mahershala was just like,
You on your own.
I
And we
gotta go.
also got. We love some Avatar, but we also know there's some colonizers.
"Oh yeah."
Yeah, this is a colonizer story, absolutely.
There you go. Right there. Right
how
there.
cute.
I tell you, when I found that blue colonizer hat, I was so happy. Thank you, Internet. Thank you.
God, we have
Internet.
it all, don't we? Niecy!
So yeah, so what we like to do here on our show, on our podcast, which is being recorded today. So let's give some claps. Yeah. And thank you to Caveat for hosting us, by the way. Thank you for Caveat.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Caveat.
So Jordan likes games. I'll
I
give
do.
you the clicker.
Oh, okay. Which direction am I clicking so I don't make the same mistake?
The big one.
The big one.
The big
Gotcha.
button.
Yeah, those are some of the movies that you may have known, but I think there's a bunch of movies that maybe you don't know, aren't aware of. So we're going to play a little game that we like to call
White people are crazy. Y'all hear me?
I'm so sorry. I just want to say before we start these fun games, Niecy Nash wears some of the most beautiful clothes on the red carpet.
Absolutely.
Every time she's on the red carpet, I'm like, God damn, Niecy Nash! Fuck! So sorry, I just had to say that out loud because she's so fabulous.
We will always give her flowers. So
Yeah.
Yes.
God.
No worries.
Love her to death.
So what we're going to do, we're going to go through a couple of movies.
Okay.
And we're all going to try to guess
We're all playing.
which of these
You're all
is an
contestants.
actual
Together
film.
You're
like
welcome.
friends.
So the first movie we have is the first one, Ninja Vengeance, which a white karate man fights the Klan in a small suburban town. Is it Ninja Supremacy, in which a white karate instructor guides a diverse group of kids against a rival dojo? Or is it Black Belt, White Belt, in which a white karate man takes on a black student and together they fight a neo-Nazi gang?
So, how many out there in the house are for Ninja Vengeance? 3. That's 3. 4, 5. Okay. 5 for the Vengeance of Ninjas.
Okay, what about Ninja Supremacy?
How about that Ninja Supremacy, y'all?
Ninja Supremacy.
Yeah, too bold. We can't put our movies called Supremacy anything right now.
It's tough.
It's not a good look right now.
That's a tough one.
What about Black Belt, White Belt?
Okay.
okay.
I'm the same for Black Belt, White Belt. Got 6 over here. Okay.
Well, let's see. Which of these is the actual film?
Yeah!
Ah.
Ninja Vengeance!
Some of y'all been here before too.
Your ass doing that. You know what?
Don't worry about me, Dad. Remember that game where you made the winning touchdown? That wasn't the only game that was fun.
So the basic plot of Ninja
Hello,
Vengeance
Mr. Martin.
is this
I was just talking to Sam
white man is
about
going to a
that.
karate
You
convention,
see,
I believe.
we don't give a shit,
And
boy.
his motorcycle
Told you to
breaks
stay away
down
from
and
it.
he gets stuck in
She's
this
just caused
town.
the biggest conflict.
Where this
Come
happens.
back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He does that role at least 30 times in the movie, unprovoked, just
Sweet summer
just to
song.
do it.
Never get this undone.
This is our love connection here.
Just leave me alone. I'm sorry. Oh, hell.
I study a Japanese discipline called ninjutsu.
Why? Oh.
Yeah.
What's
But he
going
studied
on?
Japanese, so it doesn't
You're an invisible
matter.
warrior.
With the
Let
black
me
face.
rub grease
Doesn't
on my
matter.
face. What's happening? That's definitely how love
She's
happens.
acting like a cow in that moment, right? I
Yes.
remember.
We watched this together.
We certainly did.
Yeah, we did.
How could you forget?
I know, right? The memories live on forever.
Or
Yep.
properly
They
forgotten.
fight the clan. Yes.
So that was the entire special effects budget for the movie right there.
I didn't want to hurt anyone. Oh, Dad.
But why the grease on the face is unfortunate.
Trying to blend in. Also, listen to the speech.
Our country,
Yeah. Our
community,
Council.
with a Bible in one hand
Yeah.
and a gun in the other.
Sounds familiar.
with me?
That man is
Jess,
he's now
you
the
sure you know
governor
what
of
you're doing?
Alabama.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Freeze, asshole. On the ground. Now. On the ground, goddammit. Face down. Cover him. Just try some. Do it.
Just try something. Just, I dare you.
Better listen to me.
Beat your ass. Okay,
God,
so
I-
the cops have apprehended Karate Man.
Yes, of
Yes.
course.
What is it? If it's about school.
Go ahead. So he's moping because
beaten earlier. He died on the way to the hospital.
they killed his buddy,
They've already
Fellow
arrested
Klan
him,
member.
man.
the fellow Klan member. They killed his Klan member buddy.
That young stranger.
Shit.
Now this is the black guy's
Mother.
He said the Klan killed my boy. They don't kill people anymore.
Yep, there you go. Ninja Vengeance. You're welcome.
Girl.
Not anymore.
Dang.
Yeah.
And what, 1987?
Yeah, the year of my birth. Thank God, right?
Next couple of movies up. So, which of these is a real movie? Is it Ancestry, in which a black woman does an ancestry DNA test, which leads her back to a historic plantation where she finds answers to her family's past and the love of her life?
Oh, that seems unfortunate.
Is it The Cricket's Dance, in which a white woman inherits a plantation and discovers her new love interest her family was once enslaved there?
Híjole.
Fun.
Or was it Past and Present, in which a white man finds the diary of an enslaved woman and fights alongside her family's descendants to have it published.
So how many for Ancestry? This is looking tough, guys. We got 2 for Ancestry over here.
What about The Cricket Stance?
That sounds like the title of a book.
A book I never want to read.
Where the crawdads sing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's giving
crawdads.
It's giving crawdads.
Where the moon crickets sing, maybe?
Yeah.
Past and Present.
Thank God my
Who
mom's
thinks
not
it's
here.
Past and Present?
No one.
All right,
0%
on the
for
Cricket
Past and
Stance.
Present.
Who is it? I'm so
Well.
curious now.
Yeah. Let's all sit back and enjoy this clip from The Cricket Stance.
So they are looking for his
Coincidence?
ancestors' grave.
But this is what they found. Yup. Okay, stop looking at his arms. I see y'all. I hear y'all looking at his arms. All right.
We can't help it.
Yeah, well,
They're just there.
just...
Don't
what do you
worry,
think-
darling. I'll make sure that your family will never be enslaved again. I am white.
Getting past, but
I'm just wondering
This hat.
what the direction was in this scene. Just
and I said,
internalize 400 years. Of,
Yeah, 400 years of oppression. Can you give me that?
His arms. Look at that muscle on the side. Also, the fact that she's wearing overalls and this hat, I can't.
I think he's in
Were
a
they
fraternity.
garbage?
I think that's a fraternity.
I think that is.
Yeah.
I also believe they
Burn.
had sex after this.
Yeah, they definitely have sex directly after this.
On top of the sister's grave?
I think so. It only seems apropos.
All right, last one. Which of these is a real movie? Now, this time, Cameron doesn't know which is the real one. So we're all gonna
I made
find
this
out in real
PowerPoint. I
time.
do not know.
Okay.
So the first one is it conspiracy? A wounded ex-Marine, Val Kilmer, goes to extreme measures to stop a corporate conspiracy to run illegal aliens out of Arizona.
Great.
Oof.
How dare you, Val
Is it?
Kilmer?
Last resort, a retired cop, Billy Zane, stumbles upon a plot to murder a black mayoral candidate in a small town.
That's kind of,
Okay.
that's direct.
Is it Defender? Ripped from the headlines, an immigration lawyer, Ashley Judd, seeks to reunite a mother separated from her children at the border.
I just want to say before we get the votes out, fuck you, Jordan, for adding names to this, because
I
that
was
did
going
not
to
help.
say, the names are very believable.
I would believe Ashley Judd would definitely be in a
Yeah.
movie like that, and then be like, oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
All
I didn't know.
Well, let's see. Who thinks it's conspiracy with Val Kilmer? Who thinks it's Last Resort with Billy Zane?
I think it might be Last Resort.
Who thinks it's Defender with Ashley Judd?
Yeah, Ashley Judd, she doesn't get the vibes. She doesn't get the vibes.
She does love a procedural.
She does love a procedural.
type film,
Double Jeopardy,
too.
anybody. We out here.
Oh God.
Well, you poor sweet souls. Get ready to watch Conspiracy.
Jesus Christ. You got me, you son of a bitch.
Conspiracy theory? Conspiracy theory? That's a different film. Oh God, of course. What is this white man gonna do? This poor
Oh, Jesus,
Latina?
Val.
Hey there, senorita.
Ay, Dios.
I sure would love to stick my burrito in your taco. What'd you say, boy?
Just saying, if your mother ever saw the way you're treating that girl, she'd probably die of shame.
Why, you half-breed son of a...
Oh my God.
What just happened? Did he blow up this man's house?
The racism is too explosive.
Soldier boy's got a headache.
And also, he called him a half-breed. Does that mean
What
Val
would your
Kilmer's
mama
supposed
say
to be
to
half
that?
Latino?
Mm.
I can't take this.
More on that later, by the way.
I think it's time for you to go.
Oh!
God. You sick piece of shit.
Oh!
God, the bass.
You gonna fight?
I feel the
Jurassic
racism.
Park 4. Racism.
I love how he flies all the way.
He cannot avoid glass. He has. Oh! And he's ableist?
Val Kilmer's just trying to drink his milk. You know?
Hold it right there, mister.
Oh, God.
We don't take too kindly to people littering here in God's country.
Shut the fuck up.
Did they make this on the same lot as Walker, Texas Ranger? This is like
Probably.
They
This
just
was
kept
made
the
in
cameras rolling. Like, Val, come here real quick.
2009?
Yeah.
You should be embarrassed.
That
you should all
looks
be embarrassed.
like 1984. Are you
Easily.
kidding me?
Oh my God.
Wow.
Living
That's
that straight
horrible.
to DVD life, baby.
Well, we're here to talk about. Oh, not that one. Definitely not that one.
No.
But it's giving. No, we're here to talk about The Mummy.
Woo!
All right, so, show of hands, who saw The Mummy in theaters when it came out in 1999?
I actually wrote a review for my high school paper.
Adorable.
My middle school paper.
So it is the 25th anniversary of The Mummy this year.
Mazel tov.
They have put it back in theaters briefly.
Yep.
Big franchise. I mean, it spawns 3 films, 2 spin-off films.
Mm-hmm.
And the birth of The Rock.
Yeah, some of the most egregious CGI.
Oh.
Yeah. Yuck.
My God.
We can thank this movie for The Rock.
Yeah.
We're all
this,
welcome.
This was his first big acting role. So
Scorpion King.
Well, it was Scorpion King, yeah.
when we were Kangs. Scorpion Kangs.
The jokes, if Jonathan Majors would have made it to be Kang, the jokes would have written themselves.
Anyway.
So yes, this is The Mummy from 1999, directed by Stephen Sommers, also written by Stephen Sommers and 2 other guys. At an archaeological dig in the ancient city of Hamunaptra, an American serving in the French Foreign Legion accidentally awakens a mummy who begins to wreak havoc as he searches for the reincarnation of his long-lost side piece, really. Love, though.
It's true. They were side piece in it.
They were side piecing it. So this is a part of our podcast where we see if one of us, me tonight, can do the entire plot of The Mummy in 5 minutes. We call it 5 minutes of white nonsense. Let me get out my phone.
Oh, I got the. Are you getting your notes?
Yeah, I got my notes. I wrote it
got
down
the
this time.
timer.
We never get it. We never get 5 minutes. So
I'm gonna see.
It's tough.
I wrote it down. I want to see if I can do it.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna say that looks like Wikipedia to me, fam. But
Hey dog.
I wrote it down and
That is
then
the
I
note.
published it to Wikipedia
Yes,
so
I did.
everyone
all
could
right,
read.
I'm gonna count you down.
The notes app, y'all. Just so don't come for me. All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so we begin in Thebes, Egypt. The year is 1290 BC. The high priest and keeper of the dead, Imhotep, is a lead advisor to Pharaoh Seti I. Seti's bride, Anak-Sunamun, is having an affair with Imhotep on the low-low.
Uh-oh.
One day, Pharaoh comes home early from work and finds Imhotep and Anak-Sunamun
Yeah.
together.
It's just like Mr. Biggs and you see Ron Isley in this situation.
I wish I remembered the lyrics of that song, but I love that song. But that's also, I keep, pause.
Okay.
What I'm thinking of is actually the end of Trapped in the Closet.
Okay.
Where he
Sure.
found the midget, and he's
I
like,
was
it's
gonna
a
say,
midget,
which
a
end?
midget, a midget.
And he looked at me.
And I looked at him.
And he looked at me.
And I looked at him. Yeah.
This is why we don't do it in 5 minutes.
This is why we don't make it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so he finds the two together. They kill the pharaoh Imhotep, flees out of there, but Anak-Sunamun kills herself, seppuku style. She's like, what? Let's get out of here. Imhotep's like, I'm keeper of the dead, y'all, so let's just resurrect her, right? So they go to Hamunaptra, city of the dead. As he's resurrecting her, in the moment, the pharaoh's guards show up. The Magi are the guards. They apprehend Imhotep and they torture his ass. You know, they mummify his priest alive. And then they mummify him and bury him alive. And then they pour flesh-eating scarabs on him and in the sarcophagus as well.
Delightful.
Yeah, as one does. We flash forward to 1926 AD in Cairo, where Jonathan Carnahan steals a magic box from American adventurer Rick O'Connell, who is, at that moment, fighting for the French Foreign Legion.
Okay.
Rick goes to jail, and Jonathan goes to show the box to his sister and his librarian sister, Evie, and Egyptologist boss, Dr. Terrence Bay. The box contains a map to Hamunaptra, which Dr. Bay's hating ass accidentally burns.
Accidentally.
He burns like the necessary part of it.
Like, let me look at it.
Over the candle.
Boy.
So Evie and Jonathan go to prison to make a deal with the warden to free Rick in exchange for a portion of the treasure that they'll surely find, right? So Rick takes them to the city, but along the way they meet some fellow American treasure hunters led by Rick's old Hungarian apprentice, Benny. They also run into the current iteration of the
Benny.
We'll get to that.
Oh, Benny's having a full 15 minutes, maybe more.
They also run into the current iteration of the Medjai, led by Ardith Bay, who warns them to keep their asses away from the city if they want to stay alive. But Rick and the gang say fuck that and press on, only to be dispatched by booby traps that range from pressurized acid salt to the face to scarabs that dig under your skin. Lovely. After killing half the excavation teams, Evie stumbles upon the Book of the Dead as well as Anaxunamun's canopic jars containing her preserved organs. Evie reads from the book, unwittingly summoning the mummified Imhotep, who sets out to regenerate himself by stealing the organs of henchmen. Once he's
2 minutes of white nonsense. 2 minutes.
So once he's at 100%, he sets out to bring the 10 plagues back upon Egypt. The gang, including Dr. Bay, who's found out to be Medjai, heads back to the Museum of Antiquities, where they find out that since the Book of the Dead can resurrect Imhotep, the Book of Amun-Ra can just kill him again. So Imhotep heard them talking that shit on his name, and he stands 10 toes on that. He's like, he kills Dr. Bay, boom, right there.
Business.
As the rest escape. Except for Evie, who Imhotep captures and keeps in exchange for their safe passage. Imhotep also believes that Evie, who we learn is supposed to be half Egyptian,
Ay, Dios mío.
is a resurrection of Anaxunamun. Rick recruits a Royal Air Force pilot, his old ass, to fly the gang back to Hamunaptra.
Yeah.
Poor Winston.
Obsessed with Winston, can't wait to talk about it.
They fly him back to Hamunaptra to get the book. Imhotep conjures a sandstorm to stop them, but only succeeds in killing the captain, unfortunately.
Winston!
He sinks into the sands of Egypt. They manage to get to Hamunaptra, where Imhotep is preparing to sacrifice Evie to bring back Anaxunamun. Rick manages to fight off Imhotep's priests and interrupt Anaxunamun's resurrection for the second time. Evie then reads from the book, which makes Imhotep mortal. Rick stabs his mortal ass as he re-mummifies and is pulled back into the underworld. Meanwhile, Benny's thieving ass sets off a booby trap that sinks the whole city, the riches, and everything, and he gets eaten by scarabs, while Ardith, Jonathan, Evie, and Rick all sail off on a pack of camels carrying Benny's stolen treasure. That's The Mummy.
Nice, you did it, dude!
You did it!
All right, we're going to try this soundboard.
I'm going home.
Works. Let's see. Can we do it?
Yeah, all right. Lights.
Let's talk about this movie.
Let's talk about this movie. First off, Jordan has a brief history.
After seeing this movie and thinking about other movies that we've seen, we watched Gods of Egypt for this podcast.
Fuck that movie.
There was also
Just fuck that movie.
Exodus, Gods and Kings, the Ridley Scott Egyptian movie.
Also fuck that movie.
And so it got me thinking, there's been a lot of white mummies, and a lot of Egyptians appear to be British for reasons that I can't seem to understand. So let's dig into it a little bit. First of all, were Egyptians in fact black? Seems to be a question a lot of academics have. They like to ask, hey, race wasn't really a thing back then. How could we really know if they were black? We did this DNA test.
I don't know now.
There's a little bit of Greek in there. What's good, So I thought maybe we should ask some of the people who are probably closer to the source. So Greek historian and philosopher Herodotus described the Chaldeans of the Black Sea shores as Egyptians by race and specified that they had black skins and kinky hair.
I don't like that.
Sounds like black people, though.
I don't like him saying kinky hair.
Polydorus, the Greek philosopher, he was probably like, how do they do that? How do they get it to do that?
I want to do that.
Is that 4C?
Is that 4C?
Polydorus, the Greek philosopher, described Egypt as the country of the black-footed ones, and Latin historian Ammianus Marcellinus said, the men of Egypt are mostly brown or black, with a skinny, desiccated look. Now,
That
I don't know about
seems
that
rude.
last part.
I definitely don't like that.
Desiccated? That's not cool, bro.
Well, it sounds like...
Where your mama stay? Where's mama stay at?
Sounds like they may have been black. I don't know.
Yeah.
But what if, before I get to Cleopatra, get to that in a second.
We'll get there.
Let's talk about the first Mummy. The very first Mummy movie ever was 1989's Robbing Cleopatra's Tomb by Jorge Millet. One of the earliest horror films. It was only about a minute long and is presumed to have been lost in a fire. But this is what that mummy looked like. So this was mummified Cleopatra. It looks like she had a glow up though.
I was about to say she got her hair done.
The sweet curls here.
Now the first Mummy, the first movie named The Mummy, is about a man named Jack who's so desperate to get some from a professor's daughter that he purchases the mummified remains of an Egyptian princess. Instead, though, the mummy then jumps his bones, but when he rejects her, she turns him into a mummy. The film ends with Jack shacked up with the professor's daughter, and the professor, of course, does the only thing anybody could do, which is marry the mummy.
Marry the Mummy. It's a romantic comedy.
So sweet.
Now, the first Universal Pictures The Mummy was 1932's The Mummy, which marks the first of Universal Pictures' mummy movies. It stars Boris Karloff as the titular mummy, and it was the only Universal monster movie that had no direct sequel. So all the other ones had Bride of Frankenstein, etc. This one, they're kind
Daughter
of
of Dracula.
So
that's one. That is actually one.
Yeah. A couple years later, they were like, maybe we could run that back. Boris Karloff was on the picture, though, so they brought in Lon Chaney to replace him in subsequent mummy films, portraying a different mummy named Karis. And these included 1940's The Mummy's Hand, 1942's The Mummy's Tomb, and 1944's The Mummy's Ghost, as well as the final film, which was The Mummy's Curse. Let's take a little look at this mummy action here. Oh, wait. Maybe we can't do that. Can we do that? Will it play for me?
It? Is there no way to click it?
What if I,
Hey! They got you.
Oh, okay.
We appreciate you. We love these tech people, by the way. We love y'all.
There we go. Very nice.
Yes.
He's here for the tech.
Death. Eternal punishment for anyone who opens this casket.
Look at him.
The Mummy. Is it dead or alive? Human or inhuman? You'll know. You'll see. You'll feel the awful, creeping, crawling terror that stands your hair on end and brings a scream to your lips. There's nothing on earth like The Mummy.
You will not remember what I show you now, and yet I shall awaken memories of love and crime and death.
Some of these mummies are so horny. All these mummies are way horny.
Horny.
It's been a while. They've been...
And make her a living mummy like himself.
It's been a while.
3,700 years. Live, love, and kill.
That's
Live,
the three.
laugh, love.
Yeah. The mummy could get a book deal out of this.
Carla.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Mummy. Love that.
The
It's
Mummy.
wonderful.
That was the original, The Mummy.
that was Maya Rudolph as Cowboy Carter.
But there's also some lesser known or some wacky mummy movies. So there's, of course, the comedic takes like Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, and The All New Adventures of Laurel and Hardy, In for the Love of Mummy, which also came out in 1999, which is interesting. But then there are many Mexican-made mummy films.
Yes!
And I want to know, Eileen, if you know any of these movies, like Ancient Evil, Scream of the Mummy, Face of the Screaming Werewolf, which was actually two different movies that they cut together to make one movie.
I've only heard of another film that they did that too, and it wasn't Face of the Screaming Werewolf, so I'm going to have to look for that and see what's up.
And then there's, of course, the Aztec Mummy series, which includes Mil Mascaras versus the Aztec Mummy. And, of course, the legendary The Robot versus the Aztec Mummy.
And there's also Las Momias de Guanajuato, which is El Santo against some mummies from Guanajuato, which is a beautiful film. Yeah, for some reason, they love to pair Mexican wrestlers with like monsters and ghouls and goblins.
That makes sense.
And I'm pretty sure there's about maybe 6 different mummy wrestler films. And let's not even talk about vampires, werewolves. Sometimes they're all together, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, I haven't heard of these, but also whenever we look up our movies, we look them up in Spanish titles, so maybe that's why I'm not recognizing.
Okay.
But I'm really glad because one monster that we haven't covered a lot on our pod is a mummy. We don't have a lot of mummy stuff. If anything, I think Santo contra las momias de Guanajuato is maybe our only mummy film, which is very sad for us to do. But, I don't know why. If there was tons of Aztec mummies, and I'm sure Incan mummies, the mummification process was all over the place. So,
it was all the rage.
Yeah, they love to fucking pull brains out of your nose and stuff. So
it seems like the only way.
Yeah. Honestly, not to cut to what we're going to talk about later, but one of my big problems with the movie was I want to see the goop and glop of mummification. They were like,
get them brains out.
Let's just show it kind of over there. No, I want to see the guts coming out from your nose.
Yeah, there's a lot of
those eyeballs
guy
out.
gets in front of dude and just goes like,
yeah, no, I want to see it. Yeah. I want to see it.
Eileen Clark on the Amazon review, show me them guts.
Show me them guts.
I want to get in them guts. I want to get in them mummy guts.
Well, if we can do another one of these YouTube ones. This is the trailer for The Robot vs. the Aztec Mummy.
And to complete a double night of horror, a monster's nightmare of terror, turn loose in a fight to the death. The Robot versus the Aztec.
Oh man.
And to complete a double night of horror, a monster's nightmare of terror, turn loose in a fight to the death.
I love
so
this.
much.
Versus the Aztec Mummy.
Robot's trying.
They will bring you a night of terror.
See, this movie gets it. The monsters ain't supposed to look hot. They're not supposed to be hot. They're supposed to be a monster. It's going to scare the crap out of you.
The Vampire's Coffin in an all-new double horrorama show with The Robot versus the Aztec Mummy, presented in Hypnoscope.
Don't look at it. Don't look at the Hypnoscope. This is why they got rid of it.
It could only be shown at midnight.
I love it. It was a simpler time. I love it.
Gorilla butt. Sorry, I got distracted.
The question is, how did we go from this on the left to this on the right? It's a lot of white people in brown
Christian
face.
Bale.
Yeah.
Is that Yul Brynner over there?
That is Yul Brynner.
The 10 Commandments, Yul Brynner.
Nikolai.
Yeah, that's
Game
Jamie
of Thrones?
Lannister.
You got it. Yeah, you got it.
Jamie Lannister.
Really? What is that? What is that from? That
that's Gods of Egypt.
Oh, Jesus.
He was a god of Egypt.
Of course. Of course he was.
So obviously in the 1940s and 50s, black and brown people weren't really getting cast in these films, so we can't really get too deep into that. But decades went on. I think this Ridley Scott quote says it all when he was talking about casting for Gods and Kings.
Okay.
I can't mount a film of this budget, or I have to rely on tax rebates in Spain and say that my lead is Mohammed so-and-so from such and such.
Why don't you say the quiet part louder, Ridley?
I feel like that is part of the issue, is that a lot of these studios are like, that's even, Tom Cruise had to be in the new Mummy remake and
to get it off the ground.
So not to go full Hotep, but there's been a history of whitewashing Egypt with the intent of separating it from Arab and African history. Britain in particular has been responsible for, the literal theft of artifacts from there. But Europe at large has also done a lot of work through both academia and media to sell the idea that Egypt is somehow apart from Africa. And the depiction of Egyptians as white with British accents is an intentional choice that limits Egyptian actors and filmmakers while continuing to spread the idea that Egypt is closer to Europe than it is to Africa.
Fascinating.
So thank you, Hotep Kyrie. So that leads us to, these are the stars of our movie. So if you're not aware, this man right here, this is Imhotep.
I got some
his regular face. This is Benny right here in his regular face.
That is Benny. You don't recognize him because he's not wearing 50 pounds of eyeliner on his fucking face.
And this is our half
Our
Egyptian
Egyptian
princess.
woman.
Our half Egyptian Evelyn over here.
Or maybe.
She's biracial. She's biracial.
Wait.
Hey.
Back to our regular scheduled programming.
Biracial.
It took me years to find out that dude was just like, oh, I heard Liberian Girl on Michael Jackson's Bad Ones. I can do it better. Yeah.
It makes me think of that Vine of that kid who's like, I'm Liberian.
Yeah.
And then they're like, shh. Oh, I'm sorry. I am Liberian. That's not how it goes, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Remember Vine? Old people?
Yeah.
6 seconds is all we need.
So yes, here are the stars of our film. So here are the characters. We got Rick O'Connell over here. We got
Oh yeah.
He's ex-French Foreign
The
Legion
whale?
turned
Did
adventurer.
somebody just say
The whale?
The whale.
We got real movie heads in the house tonight. That's what's up.
Respect on George of the Jungle's name.
Or Encino Man.
Oh, sure, of course,
Yeah.
Encino Man. I do believe
He's a man of many times.
that in the jail scene in this film, when he comes out and his hair is long, I'm like, oh, this must be, because that don't look like a wig.
No.
I was like, I think this is actually his long hair from George of the Jungle or something.
I mean, yeah.
And they said, we're filming this first. Don't cut your hair, Brendan, okay? We're filming this first. Leave them long locks, because we need you to look like you've been in jail for a while. And then we'll give you the haircut that every boy in the 1990s had, which is now returning, and I'm not loving it. Sorry, men.
It's okay. I can never get that haircut, so I'm not mad.
You're good, Cameron. You don't got to worry about it.
So we got Rick O'Connell here. He's ex-French Foreign Legion turned adventurer, which means he's a colonizer. That's what they do.
Literally collecting treasure.
Plunderer, yeah.
Plundering.
And so my theory here is that if you were hot, you made it to the end of this movie. If you were not hot, you died.
Is it the next of
Oh, very much so. This is very much so MTV's Next. Except it's no bus, it's the captain's plane.
Yeah.
Like, how long you want to stay on the plane, brother?
He steps out and is like, my name's Rick O'Connell. I'm 25. I don't know how old he was.
I think he was 25.
I'm 46. I love to plunder treasure in tombs. And also, I'm looking for a lady that's half Egyptian and rides a camel.
Favorite song, LFO Summer Girls.
My Chinese food makes me sick is the only line I remember of that. Something down for the summer. The summer.
There you go. We were all there.
Yeah.
And next we have Evelyn Evie Carnahan, librarian, also hot. I think we can all agree. Looking for books, love, and booty.
Oh, the brows. Okay,
Look at this.
The
look at
brows.
That. Look at that.
They said, Rachel, do you think we can have you do some period accurate eyebrows? We're in 1913.
Yes.
And women back then just got rid of them all and did a single line. You down for that? And she's like, absolutely. I'm an actor and I'd love to do that for you. Please remove all my brow. And then, I'm so sorry, but her stupid brother has the thickest brows that there are. I can't wait, you guys, to see the face of this fucking guy.
We're going to get there.
They're like, blam, blam. I'm all, make up your mind. We're siblings and the eyebrows look like this? I can't.
They didn't share the eyebrow
I was
gene.
going to say, maybe he got more of the Egyptian.
They didn't share the Egyptian eyebrow gene.
No.
That's the white side.
Have Egyptian. Questions.
She's biracial. She's biracial.
No, she's not even a little
She's
Egyptian.
not biracial at
That
all.
woman is British.
Yeah. It's
So
true.
It's true. Why owe it the truth?
Weiss.
So we got Jonathan Carnahan, full
Here we go.
eyebrow.
Look at that brow.
Full brow. Full brow.
Full brow. That brow is thick.
We got Evie's brother, plunderer of treasures. Not hot, but made it to the end of this movie.
Yeah.
So he's the one outlier of my theory.
I think because sibling of hot.
Sibling of hot. That is
Sibling of
exactly
hot.
why. He is looking for the city of Hamunaptra and also booty.
It's true.
Imhotep.
Of course.
The high priest. advisor to Pharaoh Seti I, keeper of the dead. Hot. Come on. His chest is out this entire movie.
When he comes out in that tiny loincloth, I'm like, okay, Imhotep, I see what's up. I see your little loincloth and your flowing robes and stuff.
But then Anaxia Moon comes out,
I see,
and it's just
I see what's happening.
They didn't have a clothing budget for her. They were just like, what if
Sure.
you just wore sheer...
Yeah, put this lovely gauze that we have from the medical tent and just go for it.
Yeah, just rub it in the dirt for a little bit and then put it on.
Exactly.
He is not Egyptian. Arnold Vosloo is a South Afrikaner of Dutch and German descent. That's a colonizer right there. We got Anak Sunamun.
Patricia Velasquez.
My girl is Venezuelan.
Now this, I even looked up Patricia to see, because there is a very large contingency of Middle Eastern people in Latin America. Shakira being a very famous one, Lebanese. Exactly. Entonces I was like, tal vez, let me see if Patricia Velasquez has any sort of maybe like tío or tía that's from the Middle East, and I could not find.
Non-existent.
So this is just a lovely Latina woman.
Hot.
Very hot.
Hot. Like, we don't have to do that anymore. It's hot.
I didn't realize until watching this film last night that this is all body paint.
It's body paint and the little pasty joints.
I was like, oh, her silky fucking dress that she wears when she comes out. I'm like, oh wait, hold on.
Painted.
That's a painted ass body.
Crayola.
Good for her.
Crayola.
Looks great.
She is looking for her old side piece.
Booty.
AKA booty. Not Egyptian, as we just went over.
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Sí.
We got Ardith Bay, leader of the Magi. Come on now. Hot. Hot. We don't have come on. Come on.
May I confess something about this lovely man?
Okay. We love confessions.
I, unlike a lot of you here, I didn't watch this movie until very recently. Quite honestly, the pandemic was the first time I ever watched it.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, this guy. Because for me, this lovely actor is, I was raised in Nicaragua and Brazil, so I didn't move to the U.S. until 2001. So our films that came to our sweet country were few and far between sometimes, and also really late. And one movie that was very popular in Nicaragua that I saw in the movie theaters thrice times was Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
Wow. Confessions.
And when I first saw him in The Mummy, I was like, oh my God, the Gigolo! There he is! I loved him in Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. He was so hot. I mean, obvi.
Hot. Hot. Again,
but, like,
hot.
I was like, good for him getting work.
I think, but he was so hot that they had to bring him back for the sequel. They were just like, he can't die.
If you were hot, again, come back for the sequel. You lived through the first one.
Yeah.
And then also Evie's brother. Trying desperately to keep adventurous white people from bringing curses and plagues into his homeland.
Yeah.
Not Egyptian. Israeli. There we go. So, just off to a terrible start with this casting choices. Also, not hot. So again, my theory, if you were hot, you made it to the end. If you were not hot,
death.
Boom. Warden Gat Hassan, not Egyptian. Israeli British actor right here.
Also, I had a really hard time with everybody being like, "You're stinky." Ew.
Oh my God.
You mean
guard
Jonathan?
is stinky. Yeah, Jonathan was like, "You stink. Ew, the stinkiest guy."
Also,
I hate riding a camel because they spit. Pan over to man of color spitting and being stinky. I'm like, why are you relating the animal to this man? I don't like this. The Mummy.
Yeah, but it's also like the 1930s. Like, people weren't
cool.
clean. You know what I mean? Like people
Yeah.
weren't like baths were still like low key a luxury that you could
Sure.
like take all the time.
But
you know?
I will rebut you with this British ass motherfucker probably don't smell that
That's
good
what
either.
I'm saying. We're in
hey.
the desert the whole time. Like you stink
Dude,
too, dog.
you're all stinking.
Everybody's got
to
swamp
high
ass.
heaven. I don't care how many linens you're wearing, you stink.
Yeah.
We also, so.
Not hot.
Not hot. My guy died.
Get him out of here.
May he rest.
We got Dr. Terrence Bay. Non-Egyptian. Indian.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody but, though. Everybody but is allowed to play.
Also, another confession of mine is, I was like, this is the guy from Mr. D.
I love it.
So, you know, happy to see him again. Wow, good for you getting work,
Yeah.
sir. I'm happy.
Good for you, Eric.
Yeah.
Dead.
May he rest.
We got Benny.
Oh my God, this fucking scene with him pulling out all the different religious symbols
The
and
most
doing
disrespectful
accents.
shit.
We got that for you.
Oh, we got it.
We're gonna watch that in a second.
The last one worked, yeah.
Man, this dude.
So a quick side note on
Sure.
Benny too, because I had to do like a deep dive because initially I was like, I mean, pretty high key racist, like clearly Arab coded, like he's supposed to be something. You don't really
Check
say.
out the makeup, yeah.
Yeah, my
But
eyeliner.
so then somebody was like, oh well, you know, they said he's Hungarian, so like that's kind of like the cover for all the other stuff. However, initially he was supposed to be French, but even when you go further into it and like in the actual like wiki and all that stuff, I guess he's Ukrainian.
What?
Is what it? Yeah.
Surprise.
When you
Surprise.
When you dig down to the bottom of the yeah, like he's Ukrainian.
Not a man that should be doing an accent that's
Yes. Where
upsetting.
where is? I've never heard a Ukrainian sound like that before, so I don't
No.
know what he's supposed to be doing. So
Listen, my dad is mega Scottish, and I'm not out here being like, oh, brilliant, I love it, can't do it anymore. Look at me, crikey. No,
Apparently-
that's
You
Australia.
should start. You should try it.
Yeah,
Try it on.
side note.
They tried it
For
on.
the rest of this podcast, I'm just going to be like, no.
A brogue.
Yeah.
Give
Apparently,
the people the brogue
My
that they asked
Scottish
for.
brogue, iron brew. Bugger off. That's what my dad said.
Well,
He's like,
that's what the movie said because he did.
May he rest.
We got the captain.
Winston! Speaking of my dad, this guy looks so much like my fucking dad. My dad has a long mustache like that. And oh yes, it's very good. My dad's mustache bangs. It's so dope. But also, my dad, like I said, super Scottish. This guy is very British. Like, I serve the Queen.
In the Royal Air Force.
I shall fly her plane.
so British
So-
that he's like in the desert with one servant under an umbrella, just
Yo.
like waiting.
Listening
For
to
somebody
He was
listening to Latino
colonizer.
music too. Listening to Latino music. I was like, my guy, you are my dad.
But he did.
But he did.
And we also have another Brit, Dr. Alan Chamberlain.
To me, the butler from Richie Rich.
Man.
Or the hunter from Jumanji.
Yes. Or the narrator of the documentary of Anaconda.
Let's go. All to say, he dead.
Darn. May you rest.
So, this is our favorite part of the show. This is where we get to the clips. So, we're just going to play a couple clips. And we're going to talk about what we see, what troubles us here.
Look at that sweet little chin nugget he's got.
Yeah.
Chin
Also,
nugget.
I believe this man not Egyptian. I forget what he is. He is.
Oh, come on.
I want to say he's
White?
either. Well, he's not white, but he is.
He is tan.
Yeah, I think maybe he might be a swarthy type of.
Swarthy. I like that.
Swore.
Death. That's crazy.
I don't know about that.
Okay, so his plan is like, it's okay, you might die, but I'm going to resurrect you, so it's all good. Go ahead and possibly die. And she was like, I believe you.
Honestly, she was the one that was like, my guy, you're the one that can resurrect me, so let them take you. I'll fucking slice it up, and then you bring me back, okay?
Yeah,
that was our deal.
I'm going to call you later. I'm going to call you when you get to
I'm
hell.
going to send you a message. It's going to say 911. That means do it now because...
beat me 911. Beat me 911. There we
But
this is the crowd for like 1999 references, right? This is where we
that's
at.
right around the time.
I will say though,
Missy?
Imhotep, kind of a fuckboy, right? Like,
Imhotep?
Yeah.
1,000%.
I don't know if I would trust him to bring me back.
He was the first fuckboy.
Okay, I'm gonna debate on this.
What?
Because I believe, it is of my belief, that Imhotep really did love her a lot.
Sure.
Because he was like, I'm gonna come back for you 1,000 million years later, and I'll bring you back. Don't you worry about it. And she was like, great. I think you and I, we're in it forever. This fucking beard nugget that's coming, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get dick down in the afterlife with you, Imhotep.
But then he fucks up again.
I know.
Yeah.
That's where I would be mad.
He fucks up like both times.
I would be like, my guy, you had it right there, and then you didn't, and now I gotta wait 1,000 million years for some fucking dumb American and his half Egyptian lady to come open a book, and then you fuck it up again?
Again.
Come on.
You had your chance. Here we go. Here's another clip. This is the jail, right?
Yeah, this is Rick getting freed from jail.
Oh, right. The horrible hanging.
So allegedly, Brendan Fraser.
If you look closely at Rachel Weisz's teeth, they're not great teeth.
Oh, this is before she got this money paid for the new.
Yeah.
You've seen it. You've seen it.
Hey, I appreciate the teeth being like kind of. They're not horrible teeth.
No.
They're just not veneers that we see every day.
I was about to say, you've seen it everywhere. Celebrity X, you know.
If it's
we
not
just starting out,
it's freaking mouth work.
But then we get the big job. We get The Mummy by Universal Pictures. They dropped $1 million on my house.
Yeah.
Let's get
my teeth done.
Wasn't it?
Or at least whitened. There's something about it that, with not for nothing, I was like, yeah, you really are British, aren't you, Rachel?
Yeah. No.
What
She ain't here. It's okay.
Listen, I'm half. I can say it.
We did Carbon Copy, which was Denzel Washington's first movie, which was a terrible movie. But from that movie, he says that they fixed his teeth for the movie.
Really?
And that's how he got to do the Glory audition.
Yo, let me get on the Hollywood dental plan. Oh my God.
Sometimes you just need,
on the flip side, when you got a fucked up grill, you can use it for stuff like, for example, Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. That's actually an actual cracked tooth. Because he broke it when he was younger. Also, Amy Poehler, when she was in Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo,
classic.
She had a fucked up grill, and she had to get her teeth fixed too. That wasn't as fun.
Well, here's the next clip. Hopefully, maybe more fun. We learned that she is.
She's biracial.
Yes.
I will say I really like when you keep pressing that because I feel it is also for me as somebody who is biracial. I'm like, yeah, I'm biracial.
Next time anybody asks you, you should respond like that.
That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do like a body roll when I do it too. Okay, let's hear her tell us she's half. Honestly, very proud work, and she should be proud of being a librarian. Give it up for librarians.
Yeah, give it up for librarians.
They do a lot of work for us.
Pay them more.
But it's also clear that she's...
I just got to shout out Milwaukee Public Library TikTok. They do a great job on their TikTok. Hilarious stuff. There was recently an Amelia Bedelia situation that was very funny.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Take it back. Take it way back.
Michael, you guys know Michael from TikTok? He is just like, yeah, reading, yes. And I'm like, Michael, I haven't gone to the library in a really long time, but you make me want to go. Yeah. Also, the fact that she's like, I'm half Egyptian and my father loves Egypt as well. I'm like, why doesn't Jonathan, your fucking brother, ever say anything at all?
No, he ain't worried about that.
But it's also like, she's clearly not in this for like cultural reasons or like she's just like, this is a great career advancement for me.
All of them are
discovered-
looking for the come up.
Yeah, she's like, this is just like, well, because
Yes,
she's
it
a
is.
librarian who I believe wants to. I don't think she wants to be an archaeologist, but she does want to be more of like a hands-on, like looking for these artifacts. So this is kind of like, well, if I just happen to stumble upon like the Book of the Dead, you know,
Or
and
the
then,
book
like,
of what's the other?
The book of
Life.
Amun-Ra.
Amun-Ra. Well, we see in the bit when she's chatting with the other librarian, Mr. Eric, and she's like, "Hello, I'm putting things away and whatever. I just want to be a librarian and be good at my job, and I know how to read ancient Egyptian and whatever." You're like, "Cool, girl. Listen. I'm all for women knowing things and being the intelligent person of the film, which is obvious that she is. Like, sure, she is the only woman in this film, singular female, which is
well except for Anaxuna Moon, but she's literally like there just to be a sexual
we don't have
object.
to defend it so much. I get it. It's of the time, blah, blah, blah. But, like, at the same time, the fact that she's just like, I'm going to go to the city of the dead, and I'm just going to go so I can know things and learn things, and I love to be smart and know things and be smart.
It's a cute day trip.
Yes.
It's a cute day trip for me.
Fantastic. Look, a book. Shouldn't I open it and read from
Read
it?
it?
No,
Seems
you
cursed.
stupid idiot.
Brendan Fraser just like, I mean, I don't know, it sounds good to me.
Yeah, right.
You sound smart, girl. Keep reading.
Yeah, girl, you sound smart.
Girl, you
want to kiss me on the face?
You also real.
Let me.
Damn, Benny. Sold out his whole race for a handful of gold. A handful of gold.
Handful.
Which race, Cameron?
Yeah.
The
Be more
Brits.
specific.
The Brits.
So we're gonna get into a little bit of the the reviews.
He's
of this
Egyptian, actually.
movie. Yeah.
Did he love it?
Well, because there's a couple of different takes on this movie, right? Originally, when this movie came out, it was enjoyed, but wasn't like raved about. People were like, this was a fun throwback kind of adventure type film. There's some issues with it, you know, but we generally enjoy it. Now it's like, this is the best movie that's ever been made. Like, the discourse has changed to like, this is...
The 12-year-olds that watched it were like, two hot people.
Sexual Awakening.
Yeah, Johnny.
This was like the '90s version of like listening to Marvin Gaye's Sexual Healing.
Exactly.
This was like the exact same thing.
My co-host of my podcast, Johnny, aka my best friend of my whole life, he was like, have so much fun today, whatever. He goes, enjoy the awakening of America, because now, especially on TikTok, everybody's like, oh my God, I was so horny for the both of them. And then the fucking other guy with the tattoos on his face, horny for him too. I'm horny for all of them. And we're like...
Really, the legacy of this movie is like horny. The only reason I did the whole like hot not thing is
horny.
Because horny.
Because horny. Well, let's see.
This guy's not horny though.
Not
horny for Cisco.
Roger Ebert might be a little horny.
Ebert.
I don't know. I don't know what he does in his own time, but
hasn't he?
Chaz. That's what he did in his spare time.
I mean, if you learn anything from The Mummy, being dead does not stop you from being horny.
You're right.
If anything, it only increases the horniness.
That's true.
Let's see what they had to say about it.
Love to be dead and horny.
Our first movie is The Mummy, an utterly goofy, unreasonably entertaining exercise in total nonsense. This is one of those movies where you're laughing at the screen and you're laughing at yourself at the same time for buying this stuff. I can't sit here with a straight face and tell you it's a great movie, but it brought back fond memories of Anaconda and Congo.
Oh God, yes,
Stop!
He loved Anaconda.
He did.
I mean, the bottom line is, it's fun. I mean, it isn't a very good movie in many respects. It's a popcorn movie. It's kind of obviously.
Oh my God! Like you don't know fun, guy.
And there's a lot of quibbles I have with it. I mean, one thing.
This guy rolled his eyes all through Anaconda.
The Arab bashing in this movie is kind of unforgivable. You know, they're treated. They're smelly and they spit, and it's a kind of condescension and contempt that Hollywood would not dare with any other group.
Yeah, you know, I notice that in a lot of movies these days, that they and the Nazis are the only two villains that Hollywood seems comfortable with.
Talk that talk!
Damn.
Did they let you on TV?
down into the tomb kinds of pictures, and I like that kind of stuff where the doors creak open and things come out of the
the redeeming
dark.
quality is it's totally silly, but it knows it's silly. You know, it is exactly what it is. And I think Brendan Fraser is very charming.
Yes, he is. Yeah,
it's true.
There's nice chemistry between him and Rachel Weisz.
And really neat special effects
They do
involving
have good
those
chemistry.
flesh-eating beetles that they bury the guy alive with. I like that.
Yeah, the scarabs are good.
So they give that movie 2 thumbs up.
Hell yeah.
You know, even with all the criticism, they're like,
they literally spent the whole time being like, this movie is kind of fucked up and a little
Listen,
racist,
they're
but
racist, and they tell the Arabs they're smelly, and it's a popcorn movie. And honestly, are you laughing or are you laughing at yourself? But
5
guess
stars.
what?
2 thumbs
2
up.
thumbs up.
A+, cinema score. So we got some reviews from the internet.
Yes.
Rotten Tomatoes.
So Rotten Tomatoes, it currently has a 62%, 75% audience score.
5 stars.
Amazon, it's got
Joshua Glozinski.
so
famed movie critic Joshua Glozinski.
Of course.
I like how he ends it with, oh yeah, it has Brendan Fraser in it from Encino Man. What are you waiting for? Buy it.
Buy it already.
A lot of these Amazon reviews were disc works, 5 stars.
That's how we do on this show, pretty much.
4.8 out of 5 stars on Amazon.
Incorrect.
Okay.
So now comes the point in our show where we rate this movie on our Caucasity scale. All right. So our Caucasity scale, our first level is...
It's shorts in the winter, so roll the footage, Cameron.
I think it's just a picture of
this time?
my guy here.
All right, so...
we know what he's doing.
Sorry.
He's rocking shorts in the winter.
It's hot now, but when it comes to the winter, something just doesn't click. The rest of us put on our jackets and our mittens and our hats. White people they can't put the shorts away. It's unclear if they just don't own longer pants.
Hot legs.
What it is. But it's not, so it's this picture, right? It's not like you're just going out to get the mail or like, go to your car real quick. It's like
you're having a day.
Living life in
the
shorts.
fit was.
There's snow on the ground.
And there are no pants on your legs.
Yes. White on the ground, white on my legs.
And this is the level where it's like, it's hurting you.
Yeah, it's really just, we just have questions, you know what I mean?
We just got a couple questions.
It's not harmful, it's just confusing.
Low.
Yeah,
on
low.
the scale.
Low on the scale of Caucasity. The second is touching my hair. And what we got here is a picture of poor Sage Steele.
Not poor Sage Steele.
Actually,
whoa, yeah.
Sage Steele. In the moment, poor Sage Steele.
Not in the moment, poor Sage Steele.
Actually, no, damn, I'm sorry.
Cheryl Sheldon looked over at her and said, "Can I touch your hair?" And she said, "Yes."
She said, "Yeah."
Should I move in closer for you?
She's been keeping it up through the years too. Actually,
like she's leaning in a bit.
She's in the new. She replaced Candace Owens in the Daily Wire cartoon
what?
show.
Is that real?
Yes, sir.
Man, fuck Sage Steele.
Yeah. Anyways, Cameron, what's the
second level? I did not know any of that. Holy shit.
What's the second level?
You guys need to find a different picture then.
Oh, no. I mean,
no, this is different from the last time. The last time was a meme. This is documented footage. And this is the level where it's like, well, damn. I mean, it's not full Caucasity because that's you.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, this isn't full coonery yet. This isn't full Clarence Thomas yet.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, y'all know. This is peak Caucasity right here.
Let's see. Okay.
We also there was another clip that was circulating online of a white woman visiting, I think, some village in Japan, and there was just a woman in ceremonial dress walking around.
I just saw this clip.
And she was just like following her,
chasing her,
yes.
and running in front of her. That's the other clip we had.
Picture, and this poor woman's like, I'm just trying to get to the other side of the street, and this older lady being like, I will take your photo!
And on top of it, like multiple people around her being like, please don't do that.
Ma'am,
You're so rude.
Stop.
Please stop. It's so rude.
Girl.
It's so rude.
And she's like, what?
And yeah, that's the craziest part of the video is at the end she goes like,
she's wearing it.
This is a Disney
She shouldn't
World.
be so
She's
beautiful in
not
her own
Pluto
country.
coming out to be like, hey guys, she's a woman on her way home.
On her way home.
Or to work. You
Living her
asshole.
entire life.
Anyways, this is the peak of caucasity, obviously, where this isn't, you know what you're doing. You know you shouldn't be taking that picture. You know you shouldn't be doing that dance for the OK statue.
Oh, boy.
But you've made a choice, and it's harming people. It's not cool.
Not
Nobody
cool.
wants to see you do that.
So where does the mummy land on our caucasity scale?
Eileen, you can go first.
Eileen, you first.
I'm going to say...
We only have several minutes before the next show starts.
I'm going to say I'm going to put it in between shorts in the winter and touching my hair.
Fair. Shorts 0.5, as we like to say.
Yeah, these are the kinds of shorts that actually are pants, but you can zip them off.
I had two pairs. I had two pairs.
Yeah, so like you have the choice to wear them in the winter if you'd like, but you're still choosing to wear them in the winter.
Yeah.
You know, and wear the shorts. You're still taking the
You haven't
the
fully
bottom
committed.
half off. I don't think it fully gets to touching my hair, but it's very close. Like somebody is coming by, somebody has given me a very strong compliment, being like, "Oh, your hair," and that's swiftly my sign to be like, if you fucking come near me, I will burn this city to the ground. So yeah, I think that's where I stand.
Gotcha. Jordan?
I will go touching my hair.
A full two.
Very quickly, I will pitch my reimagining, because I think if this movie was just Big Trouble in Little Cairo, you know, where it was like...
There we go.
Because the thing about...
Then it would be full.
Well, the thing about Imhotep, the actor, is like, he doesn't speak English.
Right.
In the movie. I don't know why they didn't just cast an Egyptian man, because if he doesn't have to speak English,
You're right.
and he's just speaking fictitious ancient Egyptian, like, who gives a fuck? If he looks hot, like, isn't that the assignment? Like,
that was the assignment. That was Universal Pictures' assignment.
And just do that. So if it's like, you know, Big Trouble in Little China, where Rick is just kind of like a bumbling, like, you know, guy who's like, Egyptian people have brought him in specifically because they want to recover this book.
Right.
But they're just like, if we just send this blundering, like, American white man in here, he's going to, like, be the distraction. He's going to blow all this shit up. He's going to do all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then we come in behind him while he's, like, keeping the mummy busy and get what we need, then, like, everything's kosher, right?
Boom.
So I think if they had leaned into that, but there's too much brown face in this movie.
Oh my God, it's so much.
The mascara is
questionable
crazy.
Things happening here that I'm just like, full Roger Ebert, right? Like, it's an enjoyable movie, right? Like, the movie itself is fun to watch. If there was just a few things that they pitched differently, like, 2 thumbs up. Now it's getting like the, you know,
in the middle.
Yeah.
Sideways.
Leaning.
Yeah. Cam, what about you?
No, I think it's just because like Imhotep was like an actual doctor and things like this. So,
Yeah.
So
He was like an architect, wasn't he?
He was an he actually. So yeah, this is where my knowledge comes in. My dad was a
Egyptologist?
Yeah, well, he was,
Are you half Egyptian?
I'm half Egyptian.
Wow.
No, my.
Nice.
No, my father had me read a lot of books about like the Nile Valley civilization when I was like 10 years old.
Cool.
Not cool.
No, I know. My dad.
10-year-olds
want to
go outside.
Yeah, I know.
But yes, Imhotep was like he was a doctor. He was the first doctor in Egypt, in ancient Egypt. Actually, he was the first architect. He was like not the first mathematician, but he was like a studied mathematician. He was the person who actually laid out a lot of Giza and the Giza Plateau.
Oh,
so these are like things that he actually did do. However, this movie is just like, nah, he was like
just a mummy.
He was like a mummy.
He was really horny.
And he was really, really horny.
He loves to bang that lady who's married to the beard nugget.
He loves to bang married women.
Yeah.
He's a philanderer. So yeah, I'm not going to say like peak caucasity, but it's definitely like 2.5. I'm actually a little like harder on the movie. Unfortunately, it's not full peak caucasity, which is that again. I'm gonna play that again, but It's not full that, because if it was full that, then they wouldn't even care to like try to get like images in there that maybe mimic things that actually existed in actual ancient Egypt. They could have just like, oh, there were 3 pyramids there, and there was an obelisk and some brown people, then the mascara budget would have been way higher.
Sure.
If the end of that video is just the MLK statue falls on him.
That would be perfect.
I think
that would have been the perfect like Indiana Jones-esque like ending to that character. Like their faces melted off in Raiders, but like the Martin Luther, we got him.
Very The Hook, like
very Hook,
yeah,
very
like
alligator in Hook, yes.
Over Hook.
Ooh, let's make this movie. Let's make this movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King just comes back as a guy, and he's just
like fucking Michael Jackson at the end of Moonwalker. Like
Oh yeah, he comes back fully gold, and just stomps on him while he's dancing.
Hear me out.
And then he turns into a spaceship, and then he leaves.
Godzilla -1, but it's Martin Luther King.
And it's America.
And it's America, and he just goes. And then
I had a dream.
I think we should make that movie.
I think we should.
Yeah.
We're also going to hell directly. One way ticket.
Apologies, Martin Luther King Jr.
We love MLK. We love him. That's it for us.
We've done it.
Thank you so much, Eileen. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at Eileen Lilhands, Lil Hands with a Z.
Oh, that's cute.
And spelled Eileen with an A, AILEENLIL, Hands. Guys, my full thing. I'm on all internets. Wiki Horror, my Latinx horror movie podcast with my best friend and co-host Johnny Atkinson.
Really great show, by the way.
We release new episodes every other Monday. We have a Patreon where we have fun videos and stuff there. Our next movie we're releasing is a short we just recorded today. It's a film from Argentina called, ¿Cómo se llama? Oh, Eva. It was fine. We do the good, the bad, and the ugly. Please subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen. And also watch our lovely films. There are so many good ones. Mm-hmm. We're currently in episode 174, which means there's a lot of Latino films you should be watching.
Yeah.
And you can find us at Wiki Horror on all social media platforms as well.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
Jordan, tell the people where they can find you.
I'm Jordan Clark. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at JRSosa18, JRSOSA18. I also make comics. I've written for DC Comics.
Comics!
Say that DC louder. Say that.
Yeah.
Say that shit.
Heard of Superman, guys?
Aquaman. This guy's written an Aquaman.
Batman.
More comic stuff is coming soon, so tap in there if you want to see some more stuff.
Sweet.
And I'm Cameron Mason. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at theblipster1138. Yeah, Black Hipster. That was a little failed thing years ago. We can't get rid of old handles. I'm cooking up some comedy stuff. We got other things in the pipeline. We also have our lovely podcast that you came here to see today, White People Won't Save You. You can find us, yes. You can find us on Twitter at white_pod. Follow us for the Caucasity. It's crazy out there.
It
sure is.
And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Shout out to Caveat. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
We love you.
Thanks to the
Deuces.
band. You guys are